Representative Lamb.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to especially thank SVA and IAVA for endorsing and helping us push forward the federally requiring earned education debt discharges for Veterans Act, otherwise known as the Freed Vets Act. This is an example of the kind of bill we should be able to pass easily in Washington, and for some reason it's been a little slow, but I think we're going to get there with your support. Not a lot of people outside this room know this, but I think many of you do, which is that 100% disabled veterans are eligible for the full discharge of their federal student loans. But we found that 42,000 veterans owed more than $1 billion in student debt, and only 20% of those eligible have actually applied for this program. So 80% of the 100% disabled veterans eligible to have their student loans discharged have not taken us up on that offer. Why is that? Burdensome paperwork, again, lack of communication, which several of you have raised. And so the way to fix that in this instance is just shift the burden. The forgiveness of the loan should happen automatically when you get your 100% disability rating, and then if there's some problem with it, it's on the government to correct it, not on the veteran. So that's what our bill would do. We've gotten great support on both sides of the aisle and from SVA and IAVA, and I know there's some action on it in the Senate as well. We hope to see passage this year. But I just wanted to throw it open, particularly for Jared or Jeremy, if you could talk about maybe what some of your members have gone through who have onerous student debt burdens, and what that, what the bureaucracy is like when you go to try to get, again, the benefit that you earned. Go ahead, Jared.
Yes, sir. Well, first off, thank you so much for your support on this important issue that prior to was not getting the attention that it deserves. When you look at a veteran who is totally permanently disabled and is also carrying the debt that is quite burdensome with regard to student loans, the onus, as you point out, should be on the government to fix that versus the veteran to seek it out. The burden is heavy. Student debt in this country is reaching near crisis levels for all Americans, but very particularly for veterans that might not also be fully participating in the economic opportunity provided in the workforce. And they didn't receive that 100% disability rating for no reason. And so adding to the notion of struggles with regard to otherwise available economic opportunity and what hangs over your shoulders with regard to that debt is heavy. Beyond that, if you're looking for the opportunity to provide your own care, often that debt comes with it risks to your own personal credit that prevents you from having the ability to secure housing, whether that be rent or the ability for home ownership. So we've seen it with student veterans be quite burdensome.
Exactly. Thank you. I think I'm out of time, so Jeremy, we'll get to you another time. Thank you very much for your support, and we'll look forward to pushing that one through. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Thank you.